How to ask for a divorce. Deciding to ask for a divorce is never easy. It often comes after long periods of contemplation, emotional discussions, and, sometimes, sleepless nights. The approach you take can significantly influence both the emotional tone and the legal smoothness of the process that follows. How to ask for a divorce. Whether you are contemplating or have decided upon divorce in New York, it's essential to approach the conversation thoughtfully to ensure clarity and minimize emotional distress for both parties. Understanding your decision to divorce. Reflect on the reasons for your decision, consider whether it's based on irreconcilable differences, and ensure that divorce is truly the best solution for your situation. Preparing yourself emotionally. It might be helpful to seek counseling or therapy to work through your feelings and receive guidance on how to manage the stress and emotional upheaval. Being emotionally stable allows you to approach the conversation with a level-headed and compassionate perspective, which can be crucial in how the message is received and processed by your spouse. Choosing the right time and place. Choose a private, quiet place where you can speak without interruptions or distractions. Avoid times of high stress or significant life events, as these can exacerbate the emotional response and complicate communication. It's also important to ensure that you have enough time for a thorough discussion, as this is not a conversation to rush. Communicating your intentions clearly. Approach the conversation with directness and sincerity, explaining your feelings and reasons without placing blame. In New York, a no-fault divorce system allows couples to divorce without the need to prove fault, which can reduce the need for contentious discussions about blame. Gathering important documents and information. This preparation is essential for accurately presenting the financial and legal status of your marriage, which is a key component in negotiating settlements such as asset division, child support, and alimony. Identifying essential legal documents. Begin by compiling all legal documents that pertain to both marital and individual matters. This includes your marriage certificate, any prenuptial or postnuptial agreements, wills, and trusts. Also, gather any legal documents that might affect the proceedings such as previous divorce decrees, domestic incident reports, or orders of protection. These documents will help establish the legal foundations of your marriage and any agreements that must be honored or legally challenged during the divorce process. Collecting financial information. In New York, which follows the principle of equitable distribution, financial information must be thoroughly documented. This includes recent tax returns, pay stubs, employment records, and documentation of additional income sources. Gather bank statements, retirement account statements, and investment records to provide a comprehensive view of your financial situation. This will be crucial for accurately assessing what each party is entitled to during the asset division phase. Documenting marital assets and debts. Assets include real estate, vehicles, artwork, furniture, and more. For each asset, find relevant purchase documents, receipts, and appraisals. Similarly, compile a list of all marital debts, such as mortgages, car loans, credit card debts, and personal loans, accompanied by the most recent statements and account information. This documentation is vital for a fair assessment and division of marital assets and liabilities. Obtaining personal and family records. Collect personal documents and records that may impact custody arrangements and other personal matters. This includes your children's birth certificates, health records, school records, and documentation of their extracurricular activities. Also, gather any relevant medical records or documentation related to disabilities or special needs for any family member, as these factors can influence decisions regarding custody and support. Seeking legal advice and representation. Researching and selecting a divorce attorney. When selecting a divorce attorney, consider factors such as experience, communication style, availability, and approach to handling cases. Initial consultation and evaluation. During the consultation, discuss your situation in detail, including all relevant personal and financial aspects. This is also the time to ask about the attorney's experience with similar cases, their approach to conflict resolution, and their estimated fees. Assess how comfortable you feel discussing intimate details with the attorney, as this is crucial for effective representation. Understanding your legal rights and options. During the initial meetings, a good divorce attorney can educate you about your legal rights and the various options available under New York law. Retaining legal representation. After your initial consultations and once you have chosen an attorney who meets your needs, the next step is to formally retain their services.
This will involve signing a retainer agreement, which outlines the scope of services to be provided, the fee structure, and other terms of representation. Understanding the divorce process. Different types of divorce proceedings.
In New York, there are primarily two types of divorce proceedings: contested and uncontested. An uncontested divorce occurs when both parties agree on all major issues, including asset distribution, child custody, and support. A contested divorce, on the other hand, happens when the parties cannot agree on one or more issues, necessitating negotiations and possibly court intervention to resolve the disputes.
Filing for divorce, step-by-step guide. 1. Meet the residency requirements. Before filing for divorce in New York, ensure you meet the state's residency requirements.
You or your spouse must have lived in the state for a continuous period of at least 2 years before filing.
2.
Prepare the necessary forms. You will need to fill out several forms to start the divorce process, including the summons with notice or the summons and complaint.
3. File the forms.
Once the forms are completed, file them with the county clerk's office in the county where either you or your spouse resides.
4. Serve your spouse. After filing, you must serve your spouse with the divorce papers, following New York's rules for service of process. 5. Wait for a response.
Your spouse has a specific time frame, usually 30 days, to respond to the divorce petition.
Responding to divorce petitions.
If you are on the receiving end of a divorce petition, it is crucial to respond appropriately within the legal deadlines. Failure to respond can result in a default judgment against you. Exploring alternative dispute resolution methods.
Mediation. A neutral third party helps you and your spouse communicate and negotiate to reach an agreement. Collaborative divorce. Each party hires a collaboratively trained attorney, and all parties agree to settle the divorce cooperatively outside of court. Arbitration. A private process where an arbitrator makes decisions on disputed issues.
While similar to a trial, it is usually less formal and quicker. ADR methods can save time, reduce costs, and help maintain a more amicable relationship between the parties, especially when children are involved. Division of marital assets and debts. Identifying and valuing marital property. Marital property includes most of the assets acquired by either spouse during the marriage, regardless of whose name is on the title. Separate property, which is not subject to division, includes assets owned before the marriage, inheritances, personal injury awards, and gifts received by one spouse. Negotiating property division. Spouses can negotiate the division of property either directly, through their attorneys, or with the help of a mediator. The goal is to reach an agreement that considers the contributions of each spouse to the marriage and their future financial needs. If an agreement cannot be reached, the matter will go to court, and a judge will decide based on factors such as the duration of the marriage, the health and age of each spouse, their future financial prospects, and any custodial responsibilities concerning children. Dealing with debt allocation. Debts incurred during the marriage are typically considered the responsibility of both spouses. Considerations for high-asset divorces. High-asset divorces often involve complex financial portfolios, including multiple properties, stocks, business interests, and other significant investments. Seeking legal guidance from an experienced New York City divorce lawyer. If you're facing this difficult decision, it's important to be equipped with the right support and information. A compassionate and experienced attorney can make all the difference by providing guidance tailored to your unique situation. Should you need personalized advice or wish to discuss the specifics of your case, don't hesitate to reach out. Remember, taking the step to inform yourself and seek professional help is a sign of strength and foresight. Start your new chapter on the right foot. Contact Juan Luciano divorce lawyer today at 212-537-5859 to schedule a consultation.